Hi guys, okay, so take three. If you've been following along so far, you've heard encouragement so far from Chris and from Abby, and I encourage you guys to keep tuning in for Campus Connection. Tune in for Sunday mornings still. Um, so if you're anything like me, you've been struggling mentally, right? We're college students, we're taught that we have to plan everything to get everything done in time. And that's somewhere I've been struggling is I'm a planner, I'm an organizer, but everything I plan, it changes by the hour, it changes by the day. And I've just put so much energy that was just wasted. So much time and thought and effort. So this is me working through my own things and just sharing it with you guys. So there's a few things that have helped me relax, that have helped me stop worrying about planning the next day, the next hour, the next week, the next month. And one of them is this isn't pointless. It's so meaningful and it goes beyond anything we can comprehend, but it will be used for good. And it always points back to the cross. Everything happening right now, it will reflect God and His divinity and His goodness. And I also rest in His plan is better. It doesn't matter how good my plans were. Ultimately, He's wrecking them because He has something better. So, something else, a thing I've been working on is reflecting on all of the times that He's pulled through for me. Thinking about all the times I was going through a tough season, all the times that was supposed to be the worst time of my life, or the worst circumstance of my life, turned out to be the best thing for me because God worked through them. And I think this is one of those times, not just for me, but for all of us and all believers everywhere, of this will turn out to be something that we just see God written all over. So a short story I have to share with you guys can be found in Luke 5. And most of you have heard this story. It's about the fishermen, the disciples on the boat, and they're throwing out the net over and over with no reward. They had stayed up all night, they had worked hard, but they had nothing to show for it, which is kind of where we're at right now. We've been working hard, up all night, but nothing to show for it. So in verse 5, it says, the disciples speaking, we worked hard all night and we caught nothing. They were a failure. The fishing expedition was a failure. They were coming back empty-handed. And it wasn't that they had bad nets, a bad boat, a bad location, bad fishing skills. That wasn't the case for any of it. They were qualified. They were doing what they knew how, what had worked in the past. They were doing what they were supposed to be doing, but it wasn't working. And so I'm encouraging you guys, what has worked in the past, your schedule, your scheduled quiet times, whatever, it may not be working right now. And I don't think we should be getting weighed down in the must do, the should do, the have tos, because everything's really thrown out the window right now. But, and I don't think that's what God wants us to be focusing on right now either. I think, quite literally, He just wants our attention. And I think when we give Him our attention, everything else will sort of fall into place. Everything that we should do or have to do or must do will come out of a place of love and not out of obligation. I think this was a wake-up call for me to stop doing things out of routine and turn back to Him and having Him be the root of why I do everything that I do instead of out of routine. So when Jesus came to the disciples that were super frustrated, they were in a place of failure and frustration, and He said, okay, well, throw it out the other side, throw the net off the other side of the boat. And they knew what they were doing, and they knew that wasn't going to make a difference. But Peter said, you said to put the nets in the water, so I will. I think Peter leads a great example there of just obedience. Even when it's something we've done a million times, when He says do it once more, we do it once more. When He says do something you don't think will work, we do it anyway. Just that place of pure attention and obedience. In Psalm 46:10, this is what I'm going to leave you guys with. It says, cease striving and know that I'm God. Cease striving. Stop trying. And just rest in all the times He's pulled through for us think back on every time that it's been an impossible situation and he's pulled through, every time it's been a negative situation and he's brought goodness to it. The verse continues, cease striving and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. He will be exalted because he's God. It's not anything we could do. It's not us bringing people to God. It's God doing all of the work. So that is the encouragement I leave you guys with of it's okay to stop trying so hard. It's okay to rest mentally. It's okay to stop planning. But that doesn't mean push him to the side. It means pursue him in the most genuine way possible that you can. Stop trying so hard to plan everything and do everything. Stop trying so hard for everything besides pursuing him, besides just trying to get close to him. And that's all I have for you guys. I hope you guys continue to stay tuning in.